Today is going to be all about puttying, ceiling staining, and caulking. Hopefully I don't have to cut a single board today. We shall see. That didn't seem like much, but that was a lot of holes filled. My right index finger is a little bit sore, but I'm burning through 3 of these containers, filling holes all the way around on all this trim. That was a lot of holes. I did not get as much done as I wanted to today, but nonetheless I still got quite a bit accomplished. But I got all the holes for all the nail heads filled all the way around, which was tedious and time consuming. Got that done, and I got this side sealed, got up there sealed, and I did a little bit of caulking up around the top, or kind of some spots where I wanted to. On the inside storm door, I caulked a few spots that I didn't record, and then I caulked the left side of this. Let's see how it's dried. Not sure if you can see or not. It's kind of getting dark, but it looks like it turned out okay. I want to put a bead up on top of that. So I got this side all the nail holes filled, but you can tell that this is lighter because I did not get sealer on this side. So that's the only side that really, and you can tell the difference between the colors, right versus left. And this was just done, you know, 20 minutes ago. So you can tell how it kind of discolors it and darkens it just a little bit. So I need to get this done, and then all the trim will be done, other than the little dog houses, what I call a dog house, up in these corners. And I can put the siding on, and the outside will be relatively done. So on to the next day, and probably just a few seconds for you, but might be a day or two for me. Looking good. Progress. Slowly but surely. The day has gotten a little bit long. I'm not quite done with the outside, but I'm getting closer. So today, it took me a little while to get started. I didn't get really started till noon. It was a little time consuming. I had to do some painting and stuff off scene, but the majority of the lap siding is done. So this side over here, the lap siding, actually everything's done over here. The lap siding on the bottom is done, and I put one piece up here, and then up on top we're going to do a different kind of siding to match the other gable ends that are around the house. And then I got below the window and above. I didn't want a seam right there, but I didn't want to cut a 16-foot piece just for that little small section that I had to rip down. So this side actually is basically done, other than I'm going to build a porch step to come out of this door, and I'm going to put some rock like landscaping down, and I got to finish painting this interior corner here. But this side's pretty well done. So really all I have left to do on the outside is this gable end and these two sides here. So if you remember, I built trim up here in this top piece, so I've got this section and this section, and we're gonna do what we did. It's actually inside the porch up in that gable end, and then if I walk around the side of the house here, I'll show you. And I think you can't buy this stuff. I always, for some reason, in the back of my mind, called it castle siding, but it is basically, it has been cut with these little segments, and they're not all even, they're all random. Some of them come down further than others, but I'm gonna have to buy some siding that is similar to that and just make my own and paint it and put it up, and we'll get started on that next. Not sure what the weather is going to do tonight and tomorrow, so we might go buy some and paint it up and kind of get a ballpark figure of how much we're going to need. But That is 2 coats on the edges and the seams. There's one down there, and 1 coat on the raised center portion of the panel. So I need to do 1 more coat on the raised portion, and then we're going to call that good.
If you made it to this point of the video, I appreciate you watching. It has been a long time to get to this point of the project, trying to get all the outside done. We got everything done, got the siding on, and so these photos were taken about a year later because I lost some footage. I made a clip after I got done for that day and walked around and showed some stuff, but lost the clip. No harm, no foul. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't, please subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And we will see you on the next one. We'll be working on the inside of the porch. Thanks again. Later.
Hi, Thelma.